What's going on, folks? I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with boxing, but how many of you remember that old classic Mayweather fight, Mayweather and Victor Ortiz? Remember that? And that was the fight where, people alleged that Mayweather cheated in the fight because, after, when the bell rung and they came out to fight, Mayweather, I think, didn't extend his hand or something, but I think they did a quick exchange of a hug or something. And then Mayweather clocks this guy. Bam. You know? Before he even knew what hit him, a fist said, pow. Laid him down. The fight was over. Protect yourselves at all times is the theme of this conversation today. That's why I brought that up. Protect yourselves at all times. And that's what they told Victor Ortiz after the fight, right? That even when you think, because there is no hugging in boxing, there is no, crybaby stuff going on in boxing, right? So, you should have protected yourself. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about, protecting yourselves. And why am I saying this? Well, the other day I got a chance to go back and, stick my head in the mentors meeting. I hadn't been there in a while, and I went and, stayed for a short while and, listened to these other young guys talk about their problems. And some of the other guys I had met in the previous time, and we talked and everything, and the first thing I want to say in this conversation is this conversation is in no way, here to belittle anyone or anything, but we're gonna learn from this talk today, because, I talked previously, about the other mentor meeting that I went to. We talked about that, and in that meeting, I met a lot of young men, and 17, 18-year-old who were struggling with child support debt, and they made some bad decisions. So today I want to talk about scrutinization. Carefully scrutinizing your partner. And like I said, this is not about putting anyone down or making anyone or vilifying anyone. But there are some truths here. There are some things that are happening, and there's a source. And these young men, for some reason, are not getting in their head, what is the cause of all of the problems that they're experiencing right now with these children that they're trying to raise, and they're children themselves. Someone made a mistake. Well, both of them actually, the guy and the girl, made a mistake in these situations. But the guy, because there's a looming threat over this guy's head that he may not understand. There has some consequences for these things. Jail. That's right, jail. You don't want to go to jail, do you? See, keep in mind that when you fall behind, and it gets to a certain number and you can't pay that to the child support office, then you're going to jail. It doesn't matter if you're not able to recoup, money that you lost being out of jail, or even the ability to make more money so you can pay off the debt. Because it's a game, folks. Written by narcissists, played by victims. So, in these situations, these guys really catch hell because they're young. And we're not going to sit here and beat them up about why they were horny, why they had a hard penis or something, and why they wanted to just jump on anything, because they're young. That's what young boys do. When they don't have the proper guidance in their lives to tell them otherwise, or to show them that danger up ahead, down the road somewhere, that's when they fall into these situations. Pregnancy, right? Jail time, because they couldn't afford to pay for a child. I want you guys to understand that in a lot of these cases, empathy is not present. The person who has all of the power or the ability to leverage this against you or that, right? It's their say. Doesn't matter how you feel about it. Doesn't matter if you think it's fair or not. Doesn't matter if they're lying or anything, because we've seen that there are always consequences when someone is telling you that, they're having a baby or something. So it's time for you to man up, whether you're a child or not, right? You're going to have to man up. You could be a 15-year-old boy and you're going to man up. You're going to get a job, fuck college, fuck everything in your future because I want a baby. Because I had a little doll baby when I was 5 years old, and you know, I want a baby now. I'm old enough to have one. So I'm going to have one, and I don't have a way to take care of it, but you're going to pay for it. See, when you're dealing with the type of person who does not have any empathy towards you, you're just an object. Just like these narcissists I talk about every day who make women objects. That'll be another video because, you know, I won't just devote this to what women are doing to men, but in this case, there are some truths, like I said. The guys are undoubtedly going through what they're going through. They are undoubtedly young. They are undoubtedly, you know, have lack of education, right? On many levels. So, you know, we can almost surmise that they got into these situations in their lives simply because they were young and they were dumb, full of cum, right? I keep telling you guys, I told the guys in the last video, I keep telling you that you have to learn how to manage your sex drive, right? You have to be very careful and scrutinize the people that you pick. And in that way, you don't even have to play this game. You don't have to worry about someone taking you for anything or taking your money, because that's wrong, right? If you don't have a say-so, you might as well be held for ransom or something, right? So you got to think about something. Someone's holding something over your head and you have no power in that situation. That person is the culprit, you know? And you guys get into these situations, don't know what to do, right? Facing jail time or something, running from the law, behind your dick, right? The girl, and I keep telling you, when it's time for us to talk about scrutiny, you know, if you never had a household, if you never had a dad in your home or something, or if you've never had a stable foundation in your house growing up, then you don't know what to look for. You don't know the type of women to look for. Maybe mom is a rolling stone. Maybe mom runs around. Maybe dad does too. So you don't have any positive influences or role models, you know, to emulate. You know, you just wake up one day, you know, you're in adolescence and you have a hard penis and you just don't know what to do. So you just run out here in the world and you just jump on anything you get your hands on. The girls, same thing for them, because they weren't taught about responsibilities. They get pregnant and they don't have a damn dime in their pocket, and they're somehow imagining that they will be able to raise a child or something. They have this fantasy, you know, completely unrealistic. But guess what? There's a safety net for these people, right? The young men that I saw yesterday, right? They don't have a safety net at all. They don't have anything. They're going to pay. They're gonna own up to those consequences because they of a hot Saturday night or something. They're going to pay for that. I keep telling you guys, when you want to look for a woman, right? First of all, if you're young, you shouldn't be thinking about. You should be thinking about trying to establish your life. Yes, you're going to have women. You're going to go out and stuff, but you're going to be responsible with that, right? See, being dumb is enjoying that feeling so much, which is why you guys are doing it, because it's about a feeling. That's what I keep on trying to explain to you guys. You're addicted to the feeling of sex, literally. No different from an alcoholic with the booze or a heroin addict or something. You enjoy sex so much that you'll do anything to get it. Doesn't matter what the person looks like, doesn't matter anything, right? You know, you get horny, you don't even care. And then you'll regret it later, right? You know, these people aren't playing with you in this society. A lot of you young guys, you know, are expendable in society. You know, you're targeted. So no one cares what you're going through. No one cares if you're able to meet these obligations. Because the woman, they have a plan for her too, and she goes into that system. You know, she'll hang on to that safety net, be right, because she'll have somewhere to live and all of that. But once we get rid of those things, once society decides to stop paying into those things, what is she going to do? See, that's why I'm saying this is about intelligence. We're not going to sit here and talk about sex and blame anyone in the situation and say, because you were horny and she was horny, you know, because of those reasons, you guys should be punished. No, you shouldn't be punished. You should have never had the fucking kid in the first place, right? You don't even have a damn job. You met her at the fucking school dance or something. Neither one of y'all work anywhere. Y'all don't have a fucking car, nothing. How in the hell were y'all gonna have a family? See, no one in that person's, neither one of your households told you guys that it was a dumb idea. You know why? Because you probably come and witness previous generations in your family, you know, milk the government dime for as much as they can and whatnot. And these safety nets are what always seem to save people in society. But see, what becomes of those children? Very few of them go on to be successful or prominent in life, right? A lot of them become statistics because they were statistics from the start. You guys were a statistic, and now your children are statistics. You get what I'm saying? You're two freaking hypersexual guys. You know? I keep telling you guys, you know, if you make sure you protect yourselves at all times, do not listen to stories about none of this fantasy fairy tale shit about let's start a family and all of that, because you have to be logical. If you don't have any money, don't let the feeling of some sex drive your thinking to the point where you think, oh, this is doable, because it's not. What makes you think that's doable? You have no money. You have nothing. You're 1 foot away, you're one step away, from going in the fucking penal system, right? You're borderline retarded. Your fucking dad was. Your mom is. Your family members. All of you guys are BR, right? So no one is going to be able to man up or woman up and tell you guys what you need to be doing or point you in the right direction. This is how y'all get in these situations. Right? New fresh faces and shit. I'm sitting in there looking at all these young guys and shit that hadn't, you know, I hadn't saw in the previous meeting. And I'm thinking to myself, God, dog, you know, next go round, there'll be even more young people in here. Right? Women are getting pregnant by the day. You guys are knocking up women by the day. At this rate. And then you need the church to help you pay for this, or you know, get your money for that, or put you in a program. Stuff that you should have had pointed to you, or someone should have pointed you in that direction before you got to the church. See, in some communities, they're so broken that they need structure in such a level that they need organizations and outside groups to do things that they should be doing for themselves. Because on an individual level, they could manage these things. If they got a little bit smarter, right? Use a little bit more intelligence, use the right head, then they wouldn't be in this situation. Right? I was talking to a guy, he's sitting there, he's rooming with another guy, they're living in some shithole somewhere, can barely make the rent. You know, he's eating ramen noodles and shit for fucking breakfast and stuff. Just think about all of the things that they're going through, right? But for some reason, you know, I still heard side conversations, you know, after the meeting or whatever, young guy talk. I still heard them talking about where they were going the next day, or some girl they were gonna get with, or she called you or whatever, and just whatever. Doing all of this chit chat, the stuff that leads to the situations that you guys are currently in. Didn't want to tell you that in the meeting though, right? Didn't want to tell you that. I said I'll save that for the video. But I listened to some of y'all's conversations, and you still are sitting in a meeting, need support from the church to fucking do whatever you're going to do. You need that support. And yet, you're still sitting around talking about where you can score at, or where this guy can score. You get what I'm saying? The very women that you need to stay away from, you guys gravitate to because they're easy. They put out fast, so you jump on that. You say, oh man, this is an opportunity. It's not, because it's going to cost your ass. You know? There was a guy on YouTube, and he was showing like some Judge Mathis videos and stuff, some of these paternity, court sessions or whatever. And it was a shame. In a lot of cases, there were guys who had taken care of a child for 25 years or something, paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that they didn't have, only to find out the child wasn't theirs. And and there's that empathy thing again, because the person, the person who put them in that situation from the start never cared. And you know what their reaction was? Oh well. Your life is broken. You're broke, right? You're trying to pick up the pieces, but who cares? That's what you're getting from these women, you know, who you couldn't consciously make a good decision when you decided to sleep with them or to be in a relationship with them. See, you're not even able to look at the right things and know they're right for the right reasons. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, for real. The only thing you guys can talk about, and I heard y'all talking in that fucking meeting, the only thing you guys could talk about was a fucking football game, right? Basketball or some shit, some sports related topic or something, and where you were going to get laid at. That's all I heard. And I thought, this is very ironic. We're sitting in a mentors meeting trying to mentor these guys because they're scrambling in life, they're paying child support, they're young, they're inexperienced in life and everything. And they're sitting here talking about the very thing that's putting them and damning them in this situation. Right? They're uplifting these attitudes. High-fiving each other and shit. You know? So on some level, because life is harsh, that foot up your ass, you need to get it sometimes. Life needs to give you a foot up your ass. And, you know, you need to bear those consequences and deal with them. Right? So you can get stronger and learn what not to do. And then one day, that bastard child that you brought forth, you can teach that child how to not bring other bastards forth. You see what I'm saying? It's a really simple thing, folks. Really. You know, it sounds simple enough with just saying keep that thing in your pants or whatever. It sounds really simple, right? But I know you guys are really struggling with that. A lot of that is connected to your esteem because you want to be loved. You didn't have certain things growing up. And you think that, no, I'm fine. These things don't affect me, but they do. That's the thing about psychology, people. You don't even realize how you're traumatized in ways from your childhood, you know, that affect you as adults. You don't even know that your thinking and certain things come from the impressionable times in your childhood. You don't even get that, right? So you think you're immune to this shit. No, you were affected. That's why you're doing exactly how you got here. You're doing the same, you're following that same blueprint. And it's troubling, guys. You know, if you're going to have sex and have these one night stands and you're running behind this schizoid or that schizoid, because that's what y'all call them or whatever. You're running behind these loose women. I'll say that. Who put out really quickly. Never mind that she has 4 kids and she has 6 and they all got different dads and all of their dads are borderline retarded and all of their dads are in the penile system and all of their fucking dads are either have been murdered or something. No, never mind all of that. She has something between her legs that you want, that sex organ. You're so addicted to that feeling, you don't even care. And then you boo-hoo later on, and then I'm sitting in a meeting looking at you pour out your troubles and shit to the world, and we're sitting there listening and absorbing this shit. And then you turn around and you ready to stick something else. You ready to get right back in that shit. Jump out the pot, ready to jump into the frying pan. This is what you guys do and how you operate. And it's based on your intelligence. Your intelligence is knowing something or having knowledge of what could happen and still going down that path. The bridge is out, but I'm going to keep driving this fucking car until I go over the edge, right? That's how y'all think. You know? So I just wonder what's going to happen the next time I go. I probably won't get to go for maybe till probably next month or something. And I think they're going to have these meetings throughout the summer or something. So I'll be able to catch another one. And now I'll report back to you guys and let you know, how these things are going, right? But if you guys haven't already done this, go over to my website. That's thinkbehavior.info. Pick up my book, I Love Bad Behavior. Right? Because this is bad behavior. And you can pick the book up on Amazon too. Y'all go over there. Y'all can come over to the website. You can donate. I'm trying to get some articles situated and a bunch of other things. I'm trying to get that together. But, nonetheless, pick up a pretty good book. Come on over there. And I appreciate that. I'll say, I love bad behavior, people. I do. But I don't love irresponsibility when something that's pending, right? You got a light bill that's due next week, and you have the money today, and you decide to not pay that light bill and worry about if your lights are going to get cut out and stuff. Irresponsible actions, right? Well, this is just like that in some ways, okay? You don't want to pay thousands of dollars. You don't want to ruin your life or your future. Practice safe sex. That's all I'm going to say. You guys try to stay cool. Have a nice day. We'll talk again.